It's a little bit different of a paradigm shift from when an administrator walks in and you're being observed. You do feel like that's about you. National Board is really about why are students benefiting from your instruction.
It made me super critically reflective, and I think that's probably the most important thing that boards does.
I learned more from the video component, and I grew more from the video component than anything else I've ever done. Watching myself, I had no idea how involved I got in my lesson and my focus. I watched a first grader say, "Miss Ashley, look, it can do this." We had iPads, and I just breezed right over it, and I missed that teachable moment, and I didn't even know I had done it until I watched the video. I listened to my kids differently.
The district provided us with Jeanne Welt, who is amazing, and she facilitated this whole process and giving us materials, ideas, resources.
Suggested timelines to help them stay on pace throughout the process because it is rigorous. We have handouts that help them understand what the prompts are, help them understand the rubric and how to write to the rubric. We have revision handouts. We have video equipment that they can check out for filming for Component 3. We also have some books by Bobby Faulkner entitled What Works that also helps teachers understand the process.
Then they aligned us with other mentors that had already become National Board certified.
There's so many resources. I encourage teachers to just jump in, take advantage of every resource there is, to ask questions, to come to the support sessions. The sessions are designed so that whatever teachers need, we do our best to provide that for them.
One of the biggest and most helpful things was giving us time during the school day, like giving us time to be able to go to central office and meet with our mentor and to ask questions from people who knew that. That was a great thing, and helping us with deadlines and knowing all this other stuff. It was great.
The mentors in Madison City do a phenomenal job in supporting our candidates, and I think that is one of the critical pieces and one of the critical reasons why we are so successful with the number of candidates that we have that successfully pass the first time around.
I did it with Tanya Breeding. She's an 8th grade language arts teacher here at Discovery Middle School. And I was introduced to National Board by a teacher when I first started teaching in Decatur. She came to me with it. I had no idea what it was even about, but she said that she saw qualities in me that made her think that I would be National Board material.
I mean, you hear it all the time, and so it becomes a bit trite or cliche that National Boards makes you a better teacher. But it does, and the thing to remember is not necessarily how good you teach it, right? Because everybody's so hyper-focused on making sure it's the most beautiful lesson you've ever designed and everything goes flawlessly. It's more wondering, it's almost like the more mistakes you have, the more you have to write about, and you have to write a lot in boards.
Know that you don't have to be perfect, because the last thing they want you to do is turn in a perfect lesson plan, a perfect video, because then if you're doing everything perfectly, where's the introspection? Where's the what would I change?
I was constantly looking at what I was doing and reflecting on that and seeing how I could be a better teacher, how each thing that I planned for my students would impact their learning, and how I could constantly improve that. And I think that that really impacted me and changed the way I taught indefinitely.
Have a partner, have a group, get together, bounce ideas off one another, cry on one another's shoulders, support one another, but just go for it, just do it.
I'm glad I didn't do it by myself, honestly. I mean, you can, but the emotional support from fellow teachers is priceless. It's almost impossible in a class of 32 to serve all 32 perfectly. but you can still go back and see a gaping hole that you had no idea was there until you review video footage of you. And you're like, I didn't even look at that side of the classroom. And it's not about deleting that scene from your video, but saying, I noticed that scene. And all the different things that you're noticing, because that's what boards really want you to do, is notice and reflect and constantly cultivate yourself to eventually becoming some rock star teacher.